Okay, welcome to Yap and Snack. Just a reminder, we have posted our first, Emily's being my mom right now and
She's
telling me not to
swinging
spin in the chair. But no,
I feel
it's
like it's going to make noise.
Yeah, it'll hit the table and all that stuff. Sorry, guys. Anyways, so just a reminder, episode 1, our pilot episode is out should you go to college. So go give that a listen on Spotify or YouTube. You can look up Bob Jones University School of Health Professions. And then be sure to interact with the questions that are on those episodes so that we know what you guys want to hear next.
So I want to tell you about a news story.
I've been waiting to hear this.
We're jumping right in.
Okay, so recently it came out on the news that a man deliberately got 217 COVID shots.
What?
Have you heard about this?
No.
Okay.
What?
Okay, perfect. So he's from Germany.
What?
Yeah, and but the crazy thing is he's had no side effects. He's been totally fine.
That's
so now he's
actually
a walking
shocking.
case study for all the scientists are like, wait, we need to study this person. So he literally, okay, I have the article here, so I don't misrepresent things. But 134 of the shots have been fully confirmed because he's being prosecuted because obviously he had to lie and probably use different identity. I don't know how he did that, but
Okay, yeah.
he wasn't supposed to get that many. And then
Obviously.
and then 83 are self-reported, so they haven't confirmed
that's
those
interesting.
83. But
Why?
I mean, if he got 134,
He's just making sure he could travel.
What's stopping him from? Well, in 2022, he got a shot in both his right and left arms almost every day in January. So he would go and get a shot in his right arm and his left arm every day in January.
Two
What?
separate.
Yeah.
He'd go to one place, get a right arm,
Yeah.
go to another place, get a left
For a
arm.
total of
On
48,
the same day?
Yeah. So he got 48 shots in 1 month.
You know how many times he probably had to, change, get different identification?
That's what's
Wouldn't
crazy.
it? And how did they not catch him sooner?
All you would need would be the COVID card, though, right? Just a blank one? Because do you have to show your ID?
I feel like I remember having to show my
I feel like
ID.
they were we didn't think about having
Although-
to have someone get 100
There were some places, the place I got one shot was a little sketchy, but it was
This
last
also
minute,
was in
so-
Germany,
Oh,
so
true.
I don't know if there was different protocol.
That's true.
But he went to different centers, all across the part of Germany that he lives in.
He just hit them all.
So in early March, then he showed up at a vaccination center in a different town and was detained by the police. And
Were
he
they
was-
looking
He
for
was
him?
suspected for selling vaccination cards to third parties.
Oh.
So that's, I guess, why he's being
That would make
prosecuted or
sense.
whatever.
That does.
Was he getting them filled out? Was he filling out the cards and then selling the ones that
What?
he
Was
filled
he-
out?
Well, but they put your information
Yeah,
on there.
that's true.
So he probably created fake IDs for his friends, the people he was selling to,
Oh, maybe.
so that he had their name
We're totally
and date of
reading
birth.
into this,
Yeah.
by the way.
It's fine.
This is not news approved.
This is speculation. We're allowed to speculate.
Wow.
But yeah, he was probably making those
Crazy.
fake IDs and then selling it to those particular people. That's crazy.
And
though.
he's actually gotten 100 shots.
Is Germany closed?
He's for sure gotten over 100, 137.
for travel. What would they need
At the
cards
time,
for?
Oh,
at
at
the
the
time,
time,
you
yeah.
had to.
22?
It said that this was during the time when European countries required
Okay.
proof to access public venues and
Oh
travel.
wow. Okay.
Because I
You could
think
get
you
it anywhere, I
still
guess.
had to use it for coming into the U.S. because that was 2 years ago.
You're right. That's
it's
crazy.
2024 page.
That's
crazy.
crazy. Wow.
How is that affecting his body?
Well, that's what's crazy is that they expected that hypervaccination would look similar to when your body is overwhelmed with an immune response, like people have HIV. Their
Yeah.
bodies get overwhelmed
Yeah.
because they're trying to fight off infection all the time.
Yeah.
So they can't handle anything and their bodies start shutting down. But the crazy thing is, that didn't happen. His cells weren't fatigued, and they did see an increase in his T and B cells, his immune cells.
Yeah.
but it didn't affect the quality of the adaptive immune system. And at least
It didn't affect the quality?
not from what they can see. Like his immune
Well,
system
it
is
may
still
not.
healthy from what they can tell. So I mean, obviously this is newer, but it now has been a couple years since he got most of them. So
And he could have like more long term, because
Yeah.
still even we don't all know all the effects because it's such a new
and
vaccine.
he got a bunch of different ones, like different
true,
shots.
Yeah, like
He
different.
tried
He got
them all.
8
Companies.
different vaccine formulations.
That's crazy.
Because in Europe they had some
Yeah.
other ones that the U.S. didn't have, and he got the U.S. ones too, or the ones they
That-
had over there.
That is crazy.
So-
Do they explain? Does it explain why? Like, I know you said he was doing vaccine cards.
Well, does it say that it said they suspected him of that,
Did
right?
you just keep losing it?
like that they
so
suspected
he got another one?
It's such an innocent.
Did he forget? Did he have like dementia and forgot he had
Oh,
the card?
dear.
Or forgot he got a shot and no one was stopping him?
Yeah, so it says that he was just suspected of selling the cards,
Okay.
and
Because they were like,
there was
he has so many.
there was
And there's
an
no
But they all have his name on it.
There was an investigation, but it didn't end up filing criminal charges, according to this. There have been a lot of articles that have come out though about it, and I've literally read 1.5. I was very intrigued.
That's so interesting.
But yeah, I remember reading something about, as of right now, they didn't know why he was really doing it, but potentially it was, I don't know if it was some kind of money-making thing, who knows.
That's
Or if
crazy.
he was just like, I'm gonna do an experiment on myself.
But I mean, that's interesting. Remember that South Carolina research thing I found? That was like you could go in and there's like a database that you can find any.
Clinical trials.
Yeah, you can find clinical trials you can be part of if you fit the
Yeah.
criteria.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could. I mean, if you want to be a lab rat.
I came across this video a few months ago on Facebook, or maybe it was a post. I don't remember. I totally could have like gotten scammed, but I was interested, so I wanted
Did
to
you
see
click the
what-
phishing email?
I did click the link, but it seemed legit. So, and I'm a youngster. I feel like I know the signs, and there were no major scary signs. Anyways, it's
You did teach him
this company that you send your excretion.
Oh,
like your,
what?
Huh?
Sends poop in the mail. There was.
you send it, and they'll pay you like $2,000 for each specimen.
Dang, we're
But their
literally
criteria-
flushing
So,
gold down.
I like signed up for it because I was so curious about it.
Wait,
No,
what?
I literally just got an email back about it like 2 days ago.
Were you not eligible?
I was not eligible, actually.
That's so
No.
sad.
Because they're looking for like let me see if I can find it real quick. But
We students really do be doing anything to make money.
they
It's
were
true.
Oh, I think I deleted it.
Students, that is one thing we talk about though in ethics, because college students are super susceptible to
Financial benefits.
and a financial incentive that could actually be too much, so that it's like too much of an incentive. So they'll participate in clinical trials just because they could make so much money.
And I sure would have done it. I mean, $2,000 to send you my poop.
That's amazing.
But they basically were just looking for like highly athletic people. There was a lot of criteria.
I can pretend that I am.
No. Like they would
Whoa! Emily, you're just gonna let her say that?
you would I don't know, because it was just like
How
an
do
online
they,
form.
Yeah, how do they prove that?
This is
Paige?
true. I was being honest on my form. Thank
What
you
were they
very
asking?
much.
Like you work out this?
Yeah, like how often do you work out? What would do you consider yourself?
Hey, but now we're working out super consistently. Were you
Yeah,
working out then?
we were. It was while when we started. But we're still not working out enough to what like they want.
Send me this link.
I can't find the email.
No.
It's somewhere. I could find it if I
could
like
be a
spent
wealthy
time on it.
person.
But
That's crazy.
I think there
will
was-
start working out consistently to qualify for that.
no,
Oh,
they want like athletes. Like you are training like every day. That is
I can
your
start
job.
Training for a marathon or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
Maybe if we refer people, we could get some of the benefits.
Well, yeah, and that was one thing that was on
A
it. That's what I'm
referral?
trying. There was
Do
a
you have
referral.
affiliate
Ooh, I
link?
found it.
We're going to put the affiliate link in the podcast.
Humanmicrobes.org
Oh wait, I
is
feel like
what
I've
it's
seen
called. I'm following up on the stool donor questionnaire that you or someone you know filled out.
that.
After reviewing your
What is it?
questionnaire,
Human microbes what?
.org. After reviewing your questionnaire, you don't meet the criteria that we're looking for, but our criteria may change in the future. There's no need to
Like,
apply
let me
again.
know when you want the sedentary individuals to participate.
Let me know when you need the negative control.
Well, they say
Yeah.
So they say we can't give out exact details of donor criteria, and we can't tell you why you didn't qualify, which like makes sense because then people would lie.
Yeah.
Like Emily, but
I wouldn't actually.
But I have a feeling it has to do like they're looking for, because so many of the questions had to do with physical activity. They're either looking for like super obese people or like sedentary lifestyle people, or they're looking for super active.
Guys, my computer won't open the website.
That's because this.
I have a link.
This was a planned thing to get you to click a phishing link.
I just told this whole story. Guys, you have to understand. Emily
There's context.
Emily is a chronic phishing victim.
So if you
This is not true.
if you want to hack
This is not
Any of
Emily,
us.
this is her email. No.
not true.
Emily has
Lies.
failed 2 or 3
I don't want to talk about
institutional
In
phishing.
a row, not like in the same
email.
it. Okay, I got on.
days.
I'm on the website. It just wouldn't load on the other.
You know, on this, I was working at the front desk with like, it wasn't patient enrollment, but it was like getting their forms and checking it out, scheduling, all of that kind of front desk work for just like experience.
Where was it?
It was, and like this patient came in and like was dropping off a stool sample, but just like when she walked up to the counter, she was just like, here. And so like I was like, whoa. It was in a bag. Like it was in a paper bag, so you couldn't see what was inside it. But like everyone at the front desk knew what it was, which is all that mattered, who knew what it was. But at the same time, she was just like, plop it right there on the desk. I was like,
No.
there you go. She was literally like, there you go.
That's
and I was like,
terrible. Ew.
and it's so interesting, like contact precautions in healthcare in terms of like prevention of disease spread within healthcare spaces. Because we were talking earlier today with the student group that was here, and we were talking about like hospital acquired infections because it is Patient Safety Week.
Good.
So we were talking about hospital acquired infections very briefly. But like when you bring everyone together while you are trying to like heal and work towards healing in that space, you have a bunch of people who are potentially immunocompromised or can become immunocompromised. And especially like if you have surgery and you break that barrier and the risks that are involved with that. And then designing preventative methods and intervention methods like a paper bag to keep people's poop from just like laying all over the counter.
That's so
That's
nasty.
horrifying.
Well, I was like, they have a whole video too on the website about
They have a whole video of like
how you should like mail it, because you have to mail it.
I was like,
The
how
video
you get
is
it in the
literally-
bag?
No, the video is literally called "Your Poop Could Save Someone's Life."
Yes.
I
Okay.
can't get up.
I also
Caleb just fell out of his chair.
I just opened the link, which is a little scary because I feel like it just totally has phishing vibes. But they pay $2,000
Okay, this
for
company.
recruitment. So if you refer someone,
What?
you get $2,000.
This is really giving phishing
You don't even make that
vibes.
much.
Like,
This
are
company, you don't make 2,000. It's 500 per stool. But if you're having a bowel movement every day, it says you can make a total of $180,000 per year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this could be a full-time
Where
job.
are they getting funding from? Like, who's funding this?
I don't know.
Wait, no, it said something about. Oh, okay.
I think that we should all refer each other and then split it.
Yes.
If someone like
we would
actually
make what,
gets it.
$300-something thousand?
Well, no, but like if one of us got in.
Oh,
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then we just split. I mean, why why not?
Maybe don't.
You know?
Heck, yes.
They just have your personal information. It's
When did
fine.
you sign up? Because it says that it can take up to 6 months for follow-up.
It wasn't 6 months ago. I don't think it was last semester.
They must be
I thought
looking
it was
for-
this semester that I did
They
it.
must be looking for the specimen.
I don't know. It doesn't
Is this what
say.
y'all were waiting to tell me?
Not the human microbes thing. The COVID guy.
I'm more shocked about this.
I don't even know why I didn't think about it, but like,
Yeah.
just the whole like research thing.
Right.
Research thing?
Like we talked about people who you could sign up for clinical trials.
Oh, yes,
And it
yes,
makes
yes,
me
yes,
think
yes,
of
yes,
that,
yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this was not planned.
I thought this was planned.
This was not planned.
Oh.
The COVID thing was all we had. Actually, no, that's not true. We
Yeah.
had some other possible
Yeah.
things we could talk about, but then it
This
went
is-
here,
this is
so
good.
that's
This is
totally fine.
Yeah, clinical trial and incentivizing this.
I think if you are an Apple user on your phone, there's actually an app called Research, and you can actually enroll in some clinical trials. I don't know if you get any
Really?
compensation.
Oh.
You probably
Well,
don't get
that's what I'm not getting excited about that necessarily. There's another app that this is like very much not health, but ties into public health very directly.
Okay.
It's called Debris Tracker, and it is a marine debris tracker where you can, I think you can either take photos or you can like select little emoticons of like trash and say where you found it, and it will give the GPS location, and it allows scientists, it allows like individuals to be citizen scientists, which
Yeah.
I think is super cool.
Yep.
And then it allows the scientists to actually be researching where the most common types of trash are found
That's interesting.
in terms of like plastics and all of that kind of marine debris,
Yeah.
and then how it affects the environment. And it's so fascinating, the connection between an inland ecosystem and a coastal ecosystem,
Mhm.
and how debris in the inland ecosystem can travel to the marine environment, impacting marine health and ultimately impacting human health
Right.
because of the fact that we have, and I'm like, I don't want to sound like a don't cut down the trees and don't make paper kind of person.
Right.
I think there's appropriate place for both.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, at least in this one, trash being in the environment should be like absolutely not there.
Right.
And so like, how do we innovate on that space where we don't have trash? But then also using this app, like you're saying, for like apps for clinical trials, apps for debris tracking, it all empowers like community members. Like it's very much,
Yeah.
and I know you're trying not to be like public health,
No, it's fine.
because this one, like everything really does tie into public health, at least in the healthcare space. Everything ties into public health because you're either a like worker in the clinical setting, so you're more on the intervention side and you're managing disease spread from there,
Right.
or you're on the policy side and the bigger picture of the community. And I feel like these apps in terms of clinical trials and like debris tracking and like any other ones that allows the community to be the citizen scientist,
Yeah.
it really makes like the whole community a team and connects everyone together, both who are directly in the health profession or who are wanting to just be part of that. Because health is a community goal. Like
Yeah.
we can't achieve health if we're
One
not
person
all
is
on
working
board
it.
towards
Right.
those health goals.
Right. True.
Uh-huh. I was just gonna say it was sounding like community-based participatory research.
Oh,
Yes.
True.
I mean,
CBPR.
a little different because that's obviously where
More
community
direct.
members are directly the researchers. But it's the same
idea.
idea.
Well, they can still be.
empowering
Yeah.
the
Want them-
community.
Yeah. And using the assets around you.
Yeah.
Because your community have talents and your community members can participate in the work you're doing.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, as Christians, I feel like that's an application of being a wise steward of the community we're in. And then, I mean, obviously in like the debris one specifically, it's like being a good steward of the environment, being a good steward of our health, and impacting research towards like better
Right.
health. There's just so many cool applications. I'm so glad you brought up CBPR. Community-based participatory research. It's my favorite.
If you go into the health professions and you take any research classes, that's potentially something that you could learn about. And we could always do another episode too, specifically on something like that.
That would be so cool.
But yeah, we love CBPR. I think it's cool. If I was going to run a research study, I would try my hardest, as long as it fit with the research. Because obviously not all research can be done that way. But if it fit, I would absolutely try to do that. Because it's just so huge, too, on even the ethical side. You're not doing research on these people. These people want the research done, and they want to do it. And so you're coming alongside them. It's true collaboration, rather than just saying, we're going to work with these people, but really we're just, using them.
It's community empowerment.
Yes.
So good. Yeah. So good.
So good.
And I feel like anything that touches the community directly like that would be good to be styled as CBPR. But I will also say, I love CBPR, but I also want to say that there's also a time when it's not appropriate. Yeah. In different fields it would not be. But cause I want to say that before I say I feel like a lot of research, if not more research, could totally be directed towards that kind of style of engaging the community that way. Which, I mean, app design, we're already talking about, kind of starts to gear a lot of research towards the community in terms of they have a lot of access to it, and they can be involved and enroll in whatever they think they would be interested in.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
It's cool. It's cool.
Cool.
Okay. So if you enjoyed today's episode, please like and follow and subscribe. You can find us on Future Health Student on Instagram. And you can also find us at BJUSHP on Instagram. You can also find us on YouTube and Spotify. Interact with our Spotify questions, and if you guys have suggestions, questions, anything about college, about career, about your profession, about anything that you think we might be able to help you with, please reach out, and we'll link our email below as well. Thanks for listening.
See ya.